stand by a job. So a man in a silk suit hurries by, catches a poor old lady's eye. Just for fun, he says, get a job. It's just the way it is. Some things will never change. It's just the way it is. Hey little boy, you can't go where the others go. You don't look like they do. Said, hey old man, how can you stand to live that way? Did you really think about it before you made the rules? He says, son, that's just the way it is. Some things will never change. That's just the way it is. Oh, passed a law in 64 to give those who ain't got a little more. But it only goes so far. 'Cause the law don't change in others' minds when all you see at the hiring time is the light on the colored bar. Oh, Lord, it's just the way it is. Some things will never change. That's just the way it is. That's just the way it Good morning out there. Can I get a little more volume here? Hey, how's everyone doing?
Good.
Is this thing working? How's everyone doing?
Woo!
Cool. Wow. Okay. I thought I was on my own for a second. It's a good day to feel grateful. We are having nice weather. We got a little bit of rain, which we can all be grateful for that. And we got a little bit of sun today. And just makes you feel good. Makes you want to say, grateful. I'm grateful. Let's all say that together. 1, 2, 3. I'm so grateful. Let's do that and stand up. I'm so
grateful.
If you can. One more time. I'm so grateful.
Grateful.
Kind of makes you want to say thank you. Let's say that 4 times. Say it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Here we go. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day. This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This beautiful,
Thank you. Yeah, thank you, thank you. You may be seated. And it is a gorgeous day today. Woohoo! Yeah, we want to say hello to all of you. Those of you joining us online, YouTube or Facebook, thank you for being here. And if you want to just say a little hello in the chat, and then we feel like we're really connected. And in the meantime, for those of you present, let's take a deep breath together and just bring ourselves into this space. We're so grateful for being here together, for our wonderful music, Bright Matter, for our wonderful service leader, Chris Eagle, who will be guiding us in meditation, and for each other. And so as we are resting in gratitude, and as Chris lights the Divine Light candle, I invite you to be with that sacred element of fire. Just be present to that. And from this place, we're going to say together our opening invocation. And I want you to connect with this idea of invoking, because we're talking about our spiritual power today. And that's one of them is spiritual authority from this place. We connect with that divine power within us to invoke this feeling, this presence, this awareness. So together we say, there is only one presence and one power active in the universe and in my life, God the good omnipotence. So breathe, feel the energy of that, feel that presence and that power that you have invoked with your word and your intention and your energy, and it becomes present and available for you, for us. Thank you, Spirit. And so it is. All
I surrender. I trust and I know as I surrender, I fall into the arms of love. I surrender. I trust and I know as I surrender, I fall into the arms of love. I fall into the arms of love.
Feeling the arms of love. If you have anything that's on your lap that doesn't need to be there, if you set it aside, so you can simply be supported by what you're seated upon. And if you would just feel and sense your breath as it comes in, it pauses, it goes out. And if it's comfortable, close your eyes or just gaze softly down and allow my words to be your words. And as you track that breath, I want you to become aware of the space that is in you and surrounds you. And inside this space, it can become bigger, it can become smaller. Just as when you inhale, your lungs expand, and when you exhale, they contract. This space where you get to be can also expand and contract. And I would like you to expand it. So there may be thoughts, there may be aches, pains, sensations that might feel a little crunched, or they're wanting your attention. So expand your space, your boundary, and there's plenty of space. Expand it so it fully surrounds all the things you are aware of, and give it a little extra. And if there are particular areas in your awareness where it's not quite expanding, just allow your breath to gently massage that into expanding. This space is not just physical space, it's consciousness. And as we know, consciousness is an aspect of the divine, of God, of goddess, of spirit, of whatever name that works best for you. And by inviting it in, you get to be it. So continue to breathe and allow that breathing, that natural rhythm, to help expand that space and feed and nurture all of the things that you sense inside of it. Your physical body and organs and bones and muscles, your emotions, your feelings, your thoughts, your desires, your concern. There is plenty of space which is filled with that intrinsic love for all that you experience, to have more than enough for what each of those aspects needs. So just breathe in your space, your love, in the next few moments in the quiet. inside this space. Perhaps there are a few thoughts that haven't yet surrendered to being fully imbued with the same space. Be they people, places, things, situations. If you would, you can either call them softly aloud or just think through them, offering them into this space and into our collective prayer. All of these spoken and unspoken, and those in this prayer request box and what they represent, are all being surrounded in this moment with this love, with everything that is requested for these prayers, lining up through divine orchestration, timing, so that it is available when they are ready to receive this. It is not an if, it is a when. It is their decision when, but we already know that with this being imbued, it is closer and closer and closer to manifesting. And so it is. So allow yourself to start fully feeling your body while still holding on to this space that we've co-created together. And so you might start by wiggling fingers and toes, just feeling how that expandedness fits in, and allowing it to creep open into perhaps your eyes opening softly. Maybe there's a little bit of a stretch. If you're next to someone, be mindful of that. Do it lovingly, please. And if you would, find at least 2 other divine beings to connect with eyes in the space that you're in. And if you happen to be in the sanctuary, you have many, 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 many options. So with that, I'm going to hand it over to Bright Matter.
Good morning again. So this song is about empowering yourself. This is by a gentleman named Jamie Lula, who I had not heard of until a couple weeks ago. He's a fairly famous gentleman out in the Southern California unity movement, and Victoria knows him and everything. So it's like, so seems like a good song. Yeah, there you go. Anyway, this is called Better Than I Was Before. Thought I was mistakes I'd made. Thought I had done it wrong. Thought I'd never make a difference. Thought I wasn't worth a song. When I think I can't, I haven't. When I think I will become, I'm going to hold myself in reverence. Where I end up, I belong. 'Cause I'm better than I was before. Better 'cause I've walked through walls and doors. Better 'cause I've fallen down. I'm better than before. And I'm glad I stuck around. Thoughts are things I am in control of. Thoughts can turn my head around. Thought I'd break it to you easy. It's not harder than it sounds. When I think I can't, I haven't. When I think I will become. When I'm thinking to my reverence, where I end up, I belong. 'Cause I'm better than I was before. Better 'cause I walk through walls and doors. Better 'cause I've fallen down. I'm better than before. And I'm glad I stuck around. Oh, my rational ended all, tempted to give up. Mindless mediocrity or judgment of my stuff. I felt abandoned, it was a lie. I had to choose my thoughts. An urgency grew deep and free, a sweeter kind of love. 'Cause I'm better than I was before. Better 'cause I walked through walls and doors. Better 'cause I've fallen down. I'm better than before. Yeah, I'm better than I was before. Better 'cause I walked the walls and doors. Better 'cause I've fallen down. I'm better than before. And I'm glad I stuck around.
Lovely, thank you. Bright matter. There you all are. Okay. Good morning and welcome to May, the merry, merry month of May. Here we are. And with each month, we are looking at one of the 12 powers. This month, the month of May, is the power of power. And so we're going to really talk about what true power really means, because a lot of times when we think about power, we're thinking about, worldly power that's achieved with accomplishments and, acquired wealth and ownership and influence and political power, right? So we're talking ego-driven power. And of course, we know where unchecked ego-driven power leads. So true power, we're talking about that spiritual power within us, that inner spiritual power that can help us reveal our true potential and allow us to live more authentically. And wise ones have said this, have agreed with this. We've got from Emerson, to be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest achievement. And then the quote that David read last week of Thoreau, that we learned, part of that, if one advances confidently in the direction of his dreams and endeavors to live a life which he has imagined, he will meet with a success unexpected in common hours. I love that. And of course, Gandhi famously said, be the change that you want to see in the world. We all know that. So we're really referring to this personal, internal, spiritual power that it affirms that our true authority doesn't come from outside validation. It comes from this inner alignment with our highest self, that highest divine self. And Charles Fillmore, who was the co-founder of Unity, identified our power of power. And for those of you who may be new, the 12 powers are really kind of access points to our full spiritual capacity. And each one is related to a physical, energetic sort of place, a little bit like the chakras. So he identified power of power here in our throat chakra, and we'll talk about the significance of that in a little bit. So there are actually 3 elements to this power of power. And the first one we're going to be talking about is the power of concentration or focus. So focused attention allows us to accomplish important tasks, to achieve worthwhile goals, but also it enhances our ability to focus on what we want to create, on what we're grateful for, to focus on all of the blessings in our lives, as opposed to our minds being hijacked by the collective consciousness. We talked a little bit about that last week. The collective consciousness that believes in separation and limitation and powerlessness, that might have you believing, I don't think I'm good enough. But if I buy this product and use that product, maybe I will be good enough. That's really living by default. Right? So we want to hone our power and use it for, hone our focus and use it for our spiritual growth. And what's happening in our culture right now seems to be the absolutely antithesis of focus, right? It's like anti-focus. Everybody's scrolling through their phone, social media, entertaining themselves. Actually, somebody wrote a book called Amusing Yourself to Death. There's so much of that. And now, I used to think that video games were a gigantic waste of time, and my husband and I kind of, banned it in our home. We really limited it for our children. But now they're grown up, and they moved out, and they play video games, and they ask us our opinion about it. And their boyfriends play a lot, even more than they do. And I'm beginning to change my opinion about this when I watch Juliet's boyfriend play this game where he created an entire city from scratch, complete with transportation and energy sectors and, infrastructure. And I was like, wow. And that takes a lot of so I get it, If you're exercising your brain's ability to focus and at the same time you're having fun, why not? Why not? Now, the first-person shooter games, I think those, I think those are dangerous. But so, why don't we maybe focus, exercise our brain's ability to focus by learning a language or playing those word games or maybe taking a class or maybe figuring out how you're going to get 5 actors to play, 20 different roles in your play? You'll have to talk to Dana about that. Take some focus, take some energy. And now we also want to balance that real concentrated focus with unfocused time, right? Free time, which is, not only desirable, but I think it's necessary. But we want to choose wisely, rather than doom scrolling. Maybe just watching the leaves, watching the wind blow through the trees, or watching the clouds morph, or just being with a friend, talking and joking, or just walking gently in our sacred spaces, whatever. That free form, we want our kids to have that free form time, but we need it too. So that balance, I'm always talking about balance, balancing it with focus, which helps us be present in the moment and, train our brain to center on higher possibility. So I find that yoga is a good way to incorporate both, focused and unfocused being present. Also, Qigong is a way to do that, I understand. And I have asked Dave Gulick to come up and give us a little example of that. Come on up, that we can have an experience of it.
So I'm going to ask all of you to stand.
Okay, if they're able.
Yeah, very nice, very nice. Over here? Okay. Stand over there. I'm going to move my arms. I'll probably stay a little bit away from this anyway. Okay, I want you to feel your feet. That's probably most important, right? Feeling grounded in your stance. That's where our power really is. And grounded, being where your feet are, right? You hear that a lot. So that's what we're going to do. And so this one that I'd like to share with you is a way of focusing anger away from you, right? And now if you open your eyes, I want you to put your hands right about where your waist are, right? And we're going to be like a seed sprouting. We got grounded, so our feet are really nicely grounded there. And you know, a sprout comes outward, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to use our body to help us. So let's say we start with the right hand, and I must say we are going to move our hand like a sprout out. So make sure the person in front of you is not directly in line with that spot, right? And then turn your hand over and let it slide back in, right? So this motion is letting go of any unserving anger, seeing it go out your fingertips, and then turning it back and letting the universe take charge. And then throwing the other one out for any other serving anger or frustration. And letting the universe take charge. We'll do it one more time. Even it out. Right? Letting out go frustration. Letting the universe take charge. A focus and a release.
Oh, that felt beautiful. You may be seated. Wow, that was terrific. What a great example of that. Thank you, thank you. And you know, it's good to get it in your body, right? Get these ideas in our body, embody these ideas so that really stays with us. Okay, another aspect of our power of power is self-mastery, which is, you know, self-determination and our ability to claim our wholeness. So the Tao tells us that he who conquers others has physical strength, he who conquers himself is strong. And in Timothy we read, "For God did not give us a spirit of cowardice, but rather a spirit of power and of love and of self-discipline." And of course, many people are familiar with Viktor Frankl and this very popular thing that he has said: between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. I love that. So, self-mastery awakens within us this sense of agency, reminds us that we are at choice, and reminds us that we are highly capable individuals. All of us are. You know, so when I lost my father when I was about 5. I was about 5 going on 6. My brother was 12. And my mom was understandably devastated. You know, not only was she, you know, this was the love of her life, but she was a traditional wife. This was 50s, 60s, you know. She took on the traditional role of cooking and cleaning and taking care of the kids, and my father took on the traditional role of making money and banking and, you know, taking care of business and most of the driving. I think my mom didn't even drive until maybe a couple of years before he passed away. So when this happened, she was like, how am I going to do this? How am I going to raise 2 kids by myself with, and learn all of this? And I clearly remember a couple of times where she just was breaking down and crying and saying, I can't do this. Which I got to tell you was not exactly reassuring as a 6-year-old. But she learned. She did it. She taught herself how to keep a checkbook. Boy, she passed that on to me too. She was like, make sure you get you learn how to do a checkbook. And banking, and she learned how to sell a house. She had to learn how to sell a house really quick, and learned to drive so well that she drove us all the way from Columbus, Ohio, which she always hated, to San Diego, California, to start a new life. And then she taught herself to type, to take dictation, which is what you had to do back then if you want to be a secretary. She got a really good job at the university as a secretary, and she supported us. And she learned, about how to invest in business, and eventually learned how to meditate, learned about her spiritual power. And she began to open to a sense of agency. She was the perfect example of someone who just completely transformed, I can't, into, actually I can, and I am, right? I have a lot of respect for her for that. The power of power also, remember it's here in our throat chakra, is also our ability to speak our truth. To speak our truth. And this is a really good time to speak up, to speak our truth, right? And to also to ask for what we want, and to be clear about our needs. That's our power of power at work there. The other part of self-mastery that we know, we're not quite there yet, we're still talking about self-mastery, is that no one or no thing should have any power over us. Now, that kind of goes without saying. In our community, we're very enlightened, egalitarian kind of community, but for anybody who might be joining the live stream, I think it's really important to affirm that no spouse, no partner, no teacher, no spiritual leader, no friend should be telling us what to do. People can give us advice. They can inspire us, hopefully, but never, you need to do this because I said so, right? So I think it's always good to remind ourselves and others, this is our, sovereignty. We remain sovereign here. Now, of course, there are rules that you must follow if you want to be part of a community, right? There's rules that we follow as part of this spiritual community, or in a working environment or any kind of organization. But that's your choice. If you choose to participate, you choose to follow those rules. Another part of this idea of self-mastery is that we claim our freedom over any kind of habits of thought or behavior or compulsions that would be detrimental to us, that would disempower us. And I know that in some 12-step programs, there is a step that's where you admit that you're powerless over the addiction. But I assume that they're really talking about when you're coming from that small little ego self. But there is an invitation to open to a higher power. And that higher power, then we allow that to guide our choices and our behavior. So if that's the understanding, we would definitely be in alignment with that. All right, so finally, self-mastery is our ability to determine the content of our consciousness. Again, our power to focus on what we're grateful for, on our blessings, on what we want to create, as opposed to what's missing, what's lacking, what we're worried is going to happen. We talked about this a little bit last week, right? Now, that takes effort. I have to say, because unfortunately, we've inherited negativity bias. We're hardwired for negativity, thanks to our ancestors who really needed to be alert to, dangers around every corner. But that has sort of been passed down to us. So this negativity bias, it's like our nature to focus on what could be going wrong. So it takes this effort. It takes an effort to change that around, to train our consciousness to, okay, I don't want to ignore the danger, but I want to also focus, the main focus on what is going right, on the good. So to see where we are with this, I'm going to do a little exercise with you, and I actually need my phone for this. So think about one thing that you're grateful for. And do a focus for one thing. We are going to spend 60 seconds, see how you can focus on one thing, how much of that 60-second time you can focus on one thing that you're grateful for. On your mark, get set, go. Thirty more seconds. All right. That's it. How'd you do? Good. Okay, good. Yeah, sometimes we have to bring our awareness back, maybe just bring it back. Oh, wait, I'm drifting off, bring it back. That's the whole idea, is when we see it drifting, we begin to bring it back, bring it back, bring it back. And, this 60 seconds seems like a short amount of time, but when you're, when you're doing an exercise like that, whoo, it's a long time. All right, so the third aspect of our power of power is the spiritual authority. Spiritual authority is our ability to guide our thoughts and our words and our behavior to be in alignment with that highest divine self, with our infinite self, as opposed to, reacting from that only human self. So it's that ability, our spiritual authority, to call it forth to be in alignment with the highest self. So Linda Martella Whitsitt, who wrote the book Divine Audacity, which I highly recommend, she goes over all of these 12 powers. She talks about, in this section, about this idea of let there be. As in, let there be peace on earth, which most unity churches sing at the end of the service. And we do too. And some think, that sounds like an older, beseeching kind of idea, let there be. And some have translated that and used new words like, yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins with me. So I'm like, okay. Have you seen our world lately? Yes, that's the kind of feels like a lie, you know. I know we're trying to affirm that, but there's this cognitive dissonance, I think. So the idea of let there be is standing in our spiritual authority as a co-creator to call forth that possibility. And then when you say, let it begin with me, you're basically pledging to take it into action, to be the change that you want to see, right? So the whole idea of let there be, you know, like let there be light. The universal divine says, let there be light, and there's light. It's not like God was asking or beseeching. No, she was calling it forth from the infinite, invisible divine. And so when we do that, we are stepping into our spiritual authority and calling it forth from the infinite possibility was all around us, right? Calling it forth to be an experience and then pledging to be a part of that, to be the peace that we want to see. So when you are singing that song today and each day after this, each Sunday after this, I want you to think about connecting from that place of spiritual authority. Your ability as a co-creator to call forth the potential from that infinite and to pledge to be that presence of peace. Okay? Does that make sense? We're going to do that? All right. Thank you so much. Namaste.
So, Chris asked me to learn this song. I had never heard it before. It's definitely about standing in your authority, and it starts out really kind of bratty. So I had to take on this persona of a bratty person, which I'm not, right? Definitely not. No. And I have no control issues at all, right? None, not a one. So anyway, but we'll start with the, we'll stay with the spiritual authority. I'm standing in my spiritual authority over here. Shut up, I'm speaking, I'm finding the courage to say that I'm here. Stop counting me out, 'cause I'm gonna stand out today. I'm gonna stand out today. I'm not invisible. Not anymore, not anymore. Call me invincible. Call me, I am original. Call me, I am unsinkable. Wouldn't it be so wonderful to rise up today? Set the world on fire today. You'll see me rise up today. I'm shooting right up. Ooh, I'm shooting right up. Get out of my mind. I'm breaking the ceiling today. I'm skybound, yeah. I'm leaving lame excuses. Gonna make my own way. Yeah, I'm gonna make my own way. anymore, not anymore.
Call me.
Call me invincible. Call me, I am original. Call me, I am unthinkable. Wouldn't it be so wonderful to rise up today? Rise up today. Set the world on fire today. You'll see me rise up today. I'm shooting right up. I'm shooting right up. Ooh, I'm shooting right up. Ooh, I'm shooting right up. Thank you.
I can take that kind of bratty. So I'm going to ask you all to rise up with me in our mission and vision. So you've just gotten juiced up. Yeah, let's stand up. Let's embody this thing. Maybe we'll need to do a little qigong with that. But just feel the soles of your feet and feel yourself grounded. And then we'll start this out. But really feel how this could be. Just like let there be peace on earth. Let this be ringing out to the world. So let's start with the vision. Together, we envision the divine light awakening in all. Our mission, we center in peace and love. We connect in our hearts with others. We celebrate our journey towards wholeness, and we empower others to experience their spiritual magnificence. And you can seat yourself again. All right. So from that space, we get to share in this community. And this is all about that flow that happens. And if you're live in the room, you've got many options in the seat backs. If you are giving digitally and you want a representation, the blue card is the thing you want to grab. If you're a conscious sustainer, the green card. And then if you've got other means that you're physically giving, you can use the envelope. But what's really key is embodying that giving, because this is part of your love, this is part of your essence that you are sharing with this community so that this community thrives and can share that out to the world as well. So whatever representation you're grabbing, would you hold that? And if you want to place it on your heart, and we'll go through our blessing together. Together, divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, all that I receive, and all that I am.
The power of love is here now. The power of now is here now. The power of you and me is here to create magic on earth. The power of love is here now. The power of now is here now. The power of you and me is here to create magic on earth. The power of love is here now. The power of now is here now. The power of you and me is here to create magic on earth.
join with me as our prayer partner for today, Reverend Pat Webster, holding that spiritual consciousness, as well as all of you. So if you feel comfortable, aim your hands at the bowls, just feeling that collected essence and gifts that come through this community, going out to the world, blessing every nook and cranny of the economy, and positively impacting every person on this planet. That is the power we hold in these bowls. So take a deep breath in and let that flow. Yes. So with that, we realize that this is this cycle, this ever-giving cycle that comes back through the giver to go out again and come back with what is needed and what is wanted and back out and back in, just like our breathing. And we let our divine abundance be that way. And so it is. So it is. All right. So I'm giving Mary the prayer request box. So if you want to avail yourself of prayer requests, they'll be out in the foyer. You can put them in there, and along with our wonderful representative of our prayer team today, Pat Webster, they will be prayed over. So if you want to avail of that, please do. All right. I think I want to welcome anybody who's here for the first time. You probably received something that looks like this, a guest card. So if you would return that, that would be great when you're able. And if you are here for the first time and you did not, if you would raise your hand. We're okay. We're good with that. Wow, I have extra goodies. Where did these all come from? And if you were here for the second or third time, would you please raise your hand? Because we have a little something. So right here up. So thank you for choosing to be part of Unity Center of Peace again. Thank you. All right. And you probably have seen, well, actually, I know you have seen, these wonderful flowers that have adorned the altar here. And these are given and shared by Mary Behar. So let me read what that's all about. These flowers are in honor of this wonderful, supportive, loving, and thriving community. And in honor of our fearless leader, Reverend Victoria. Thank you all for recognizing the divine in me and in everyone, and for sending ripples of goodness and positivity into the world. Maybe I need to read that again. Because this is all of you, all of me, all of us. These flowers are in honor of this wonderful, supportive, loving, and thriving community. Look around. And in honor of our fearless leader, Reverend Victoria. Yeah. Thank you all for recognizing the divine in me and in everyone, and for sending ripples of goodness and positivity into the world. And so it is. Yes. All right. I think with that, we're going to hand it back over to Bright.
All right. A little rock and roll to end the day for you here. This is from the 70s. It is about the power of love. In fact, that's what it's called. It's called The Power of Love. Feel free to sing along. Feel free to dance along. Here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Thing. Make a one man weep, make another man sing. Change a hawk to a little white dove. More than a feeling, that's the power of love. and rich like cream, stronger and harder than a nightmare dream. Make a good one good, make a wrong one right. That's the power that keeps you home at night. And you don't need money, you don't need fame, you don't need no credit card to ride this train. It's strong and it's sudden and it's cruel sometimes, but it might just save your life. That's the power of love. First time you feel it, it might make you sad. The next time you feel it, it might make you mad. But you'll be glad, baby, when you're found. That's the power of love, makes the world go round. And it don't take money, don't take fame, don't need no credit card to ride this train. It's strong and it's sudden and it's cruel sometimes, but it might just save your life. They say that all love is fair, oh, but you don't care, 'cause you'll know what to do when it gets hold of you. And with a little help from above, you'll feel the power of love. And it don't take money, don't take fame, don't need a credit card to ride this train. And it's strong and it's sudden and it hurts sometimes, but you can feel it when you know that it's the power. It's the power of love. That's the power. That's the power of love. You'll feel the power. Feel the power of love. That's the power of love. That's the power of love. Roshana.
Are we all feeling some power of love in this moment? Yeah, it's been activated. Definitely activated now. Thank you. All right. So again, the beginning of the month of May. Does anybody have a birthday in the month of May? Oh, look, and you're all sitting in the front seat. This is one back there. Okay. And Jessica, all right. Well, let's sing happy birthday in our way of doing it that Roshana is teaching us.
It's been a year.
Well, I know. We're still learning.
1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. We're so glad you're alive. You're a gift from the earth. Bless the day of your birth. Bless the day of your birth. Happy birthday to you. We're so glad you're alive. You're a gift to the earth. Bless the day of your birth. Bless the day of your birth. Jazz hands, jazz hands. Come on.
All right. Happy birthday. And I notice we have a little cake in the kitchen, so please join us for our fellowship afterwards. Okay. Laura, would you like to come up and tell us where we are in our Unity Blooms fundraiser with your cute flower tiara?
I just have 2 words. Thank you. Because in the last 2 weeks,
And please speak into the mic so everybody
in
can
the
hear.
last 2 weeks, we raised $4,000. And that means that we have reached goal number 1, which was to raise $9,800 for the road, and it's in the bank. So now, board, you can take the project and run with it. And I want to
Yay, well, let's give ourselves a hand for that.
ask Loveland-Coen to stand up. She made the Unity Blooms thermometer. She's quite the artist, and she's going to be
Yeah.
updating that.
Going to be
Thank you.
updated.
It's really beautiful. And you're going to see that she's going to be adding onto that a split air conditioner, keeping the children in the daycare center cool. That's goal number 2. Yes, $9,500. And basically, it broke last year. It's in the lower level, and we've been letting our cool air fall down on them since then. But we think it's time to address that issue. And that's really what got me committed to doing this. When you have that level of need and we're not able to do it, we need to help the board, give them a bigger cushion to fall back on. So having made that our mission, and that does support the strength of the community and the workforce, then we have to fund it. And, it's been 80 degrees many times, so we got to get going. Now, here's some good news. We have received an anonymous $3,000 match. And so when we raise dollar for dollar $3,000, the donor will chip in dollar for dollar $3,000. So unlike goal number 1, where we had to raise all $9,800, we had to climb that mountain step by step, we get a ride $3,000 up. So my question to you is, can we just focus on this for the month of May? It's got to be done. It's over late in happening. Can we just say in the next 3 weeks, in the next 10 days, let's raise $3,000 and let's go for the match. My God, we raised $4,000 in 2 weeks. I think we can do it. So let's focus on that, as we learned this morning, how important the power of focus. Let's focus on that, and let's bring that $3,000 in within the next 10 days. There's no magic to it. We're halfway through our goal. We raised $9,800 in the first 2 months. Let's raise the money for the air conditioner in May and get on with it. And then once we get that in, we'll focus on the miracle we need to get the rest, one bite at a time. And for those who have already given, thank you. We are very soon going to be driving in on that new road. We're not going to believe it. And in closing, I just want to kind of amplify the ideas that Reverend Victoria brought out for us to consider about power this morning. We could look at this challenge from a higher perspective and basically say it's just an exercise for us. It is just an experiment to teach us how to work together to manifest something we believe in. That's all it is. I believe, and you will see, that we will get that air conditioning for those children downstairs.
Oh.
And what I want to say is we're going to need you to believe in it too. Please focus your intentions, your prayers, and your actions on that collective accomplishment, because we can do it. And I will say that together, unity can bloom. We bloom when unity blooms. When unity blooms, I bloom. And as Marcella Whitsett would say, let there be blooming. Thank you.
Let there be blooming. And so it is. Thank you, Laura, for all that you have done with this fundraiser. My God, thank you, thank you. Okay, and we have, speaking of Qigong, you got a little bit of a taste of that today. Well, there's an ongoing every Wednesday from 10 to 11, facilitated by Dave and Jessica, doing it together, and what a beautiful experience. And again, that being present with that focus, beautiful. So Wednesdays 10 to 11. Dances of Universal Peace. Oh, look who just walked in the door. Well, welcome. Would you like to come up here and say something about dances and Beltane, perhaps? Right there. Okay. If you got a spare hour and you want to Thank you.
You need a microphone to hear me?
Well, so people online can hear you.
People online know about this. That's it. If you ever wanted to do Dances of Universal Peace and haven't, or if you've done them and would like to do them in the daylight, it's an opportunity.
So after the service, you're doing a little example. We're going to clear it out, and you're going to lead us in a sample of. Okay, all right, beautiful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, and there are two things that are happening now, places that you can really plug into, classes, a book study that you can begin to really develop your spiritual power. And one is The Artist Way, that is, how many of you are familiar with The Artist Way? Yeah, many of us have, did this a while ago, but I think it's always a good opportunity for us to exercise our power of creativity, always new expressions of creativity that we can tap into. And I think, and to do it together, as a group, to really bond together in that creative spirit is so beautiful. And so Cheryl is facilitating that, and you can see the days and the times up there. So please go to our website, unitychapelhill.org, to register for this. And then the next thing, we have to do Salsa Blast first. Okay, so because it goes in order. I have to go in order with the slides. So Reverend Anna Quintana will be here on May 17th, and she's going to be doing the talk. And then afterwards, she's doing a fundraising. This is the beginning of our pick-a-party season, where different people host an event as a fundraiser, and this is a really fun one. She's teaching salsa dance. And we've done it a couple of years in a row, and it's always a fun time. And she brings some traditional Puerto Rican food and invites us to also bring something that might be similar to that. And we'll have a beautiful feast and then dancing afterwards. Again, register for that online. And then the second thing is Donna, would you like to talk about your class coming up? Receiving and living your guidance.
This will be a hybrid, meaning in person in our living room in Carborough or on Zoom, as you wish. And the purpose of this is just once a month to do some of the exercises from my recently published book, Light is Our True Nature. But basically, those exercises are for hearing your guidance, trusting your guidance, knowing when it is really your guidance and not your personality self going, well, I really want it to be this. And so it'll be fun. It'll be something you can use. Then you practice it, use it for a month.
Yeah.
And then we go to some more things about it. So it's just 5 sessions for an hour and a half. And I'm going to record them. So for a month, class 1 will be up. I'll take it down when we put up class 2. That way, if the time's not convenient, no problem, okay? And you're welcome to download the recordings and keep them.
All right, wonderful. Thank you, Donna. A lot of people have read her book and asked her to please do this because they've been so inspired and they want to actually practice it. So she answered the call and said yes. We've Got Your Back team is a beautiful way. Thank you, everybody who is of service on the We've Got Your Back team that helps to support members of our community that might need some urgent care. And the facilitators of that, the point person is kind of changing because I think we're filling in for vacations and things. Stephanie Pollard will be from now to the 20th. From the 21st to the 25th, it's Dolores Branch. And then from the 26th to the 31st, it's again Stephanie. And you're going to find out more about this on our website. All right, Sacred Cafe, immediately after the service. Are we doing it inside or outside today? Outside. It's a beautiful day. Please join us for that. And the deeper dive discussion today is facilitated by Wei Ho. Thank you, Wei and Frank. Together? Okay, sure. Why not? Yeah. So it will be in that back room, right, the end of the hall on the right after the service. You might want to get a cup of coffee, a little snack, and go back in there because it starts at 12:30. And the 3-minute miracle, thank you, Reverend Pat Webster, for being our prayer partner today. And she will be in the ministry office, which is at the back of the hall to the left. If you've got anything going on that you would like somebody who is trained in prayer to see it from the highest possible perspective and help you to see that, that is the miracle. And if you are joining us online and you'd like to prayer support, just please send an email to Unity Chapel Hill, prayer@unitychapelhill.org. Put your phone number and they'll call you back. All right. I hear children. Oh, you have another announcement. Okay. All right. Come on up. You told me to do that. That's right. It wasn't because it wasn't on here. So, yeah, come on up. And then we'll have the kids come in.
So the Unity Social Justice Ministry team has as our intention to weave more of our community into social justice. And one of the ways we're starting to do that is we're having broadcast parties. We broadcast on the fourth Sunday of every month and then the next Sunday following. Sometimes it's the 5th, sometimes it's the 1st. So today is our second broadcast on economic justice, and we'll be having a conversation with Unity Minister Reverend Sylvia Hayes, who's been working for 20 years in this, was First Lady of Oregon, went through what she called an initiation when the press went after her, and it's just a really worthwhile conversation. We have a Zoom meeting immediately following, so bring your laptop if you can. Then we have a brief process, and then we have a potluck, and if you can't bring anything, don't worry, we have plenty of food. And then after that, for those who want, we watch a couple of episodes of The Chosen. It's really fun. Please come join us. Thanks.
Thank you, Pat. All right. Let's welcome in the kids.
Good afternoon. Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah. Big thanks to Kai for being here. Today we started talking about the power of power, particularly around authority and the authority of children's voices. We also talked a little bit about what May Day was and the labor movement and the workers' collective voices and how that can work to have just talk to power, to the administrative power, and then I put the children to work making flowers for you all for Mother's Day. So yeah, and we and then I challenged the teens to think about what 3 powers can you put together to shift your world this coming week. Because if we can recognize our own power internally, and then we can then go out into the world and make change. Fingers crossed. Yep.
Part of this program. Thank you,
Yeah,
Shannon.
yeah.
Let's bless these children, the children everywhere, as we say, we love you. We bless you. We appreciate you just the way you are. And we behold the Christ in you. Mwah. All right, let's all stand, take a hand, and we say our prayer of protection with I am. That's okay. With our I am statements. Let me go back in here. Hi. All right, let's take a breath together. And the light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.
Hi, it's Reverend Victoria here. I'm at Unity Center of Peace with our house band, Bright Matter. Hello. Yeah, and if this video has inspired you or empowered you or opened your heart, opened your consciousness, or even just given you hope, we ask that you support what we're doing here by making a donation today, going to unitychapelhill.org or clicking the link below. And we thank you. Thank you.